What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for joining me on a Matthew Perry 2 video. I know that this is about stocks, and if you're interested in stocks and want to hear more about different positions and ETFs and all of that, please subscribe to the channel. Also hit that like button. And if you guys are interested in any of my other content, I have crypto related content, I have sports related content. Feel free to check out any of my channels. It should be linked. If you go on my page, it should be linked there, or you just type in Matthew Perry Sports, Matthew Perry Crypto, and you'll find all of that stuff there, right? But in this video, I want to talk about SCHD and buying it every single day. This is the 2-month update. In the first video, which was in May of 2025, officially 2 months today, we talked about buying 1 share of SCHD every single day. And if we did simple math, knowing that it's 2 months, about 30, 31 days, it'll be somewhere around 60 to 61 shares that we ended up buying during that time period. But how did that drastically change the total return over that time? So if you guys could, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links down below. I have a link for Robinhood. I have a link for Webull. If you guys want to get started on your own investment journey, those are great platforms that can get you started. They're very user-friendly. It's not too complicated. And you can make some trades today and just continue to consistently invest into whatever you believe in. It could be SCHD. It could be anything else. But let's start out with the last video that I created, right? This last video, if I go over here to the, I'm buying $30 of SCHD every day. This is day one, which performed pretty good. This was 2 months ago. And if we look into it a little deeper, this is where things stood. $25 and $25.74 is where it stood. My market value was $42,722.84. I was down $2,314.45, about 5% on that investment. Yes, I decided to kind of front load things, and things were up at a higher price. As we saw the split that happened, it made the price inflate as well. But you can see my average cost is $27.13. The shares, I had 1,659 shares in my possession, and that was 26.6% of my portfolio. Now, all around, I feel like it's not horrible. $2,000 worth of a loss is pretty bad. So, obviously, averaging into that, you can kind of decrease that loss a little bit, decrease the cost basis, and just make it a better situation. Now, with what I'm planning to do, it's not really going to make as much of a difference because we have 1,659 shares. So the thing that I needed to happen was either invest a boatload of money at $25, or, which I'm not planning on doing, or I see the growth within Charles Schwab dividend equity ETF, which I did see a little bit of the latter. So if we go back to SCHD, you're going to see that the current price is at $27.07, significantly higher than $25. And we're also looking at a market value of $46,638.13. If you look at my total return, I'm down $70. I'm not down $2,000 anymore. I'm down $70 here. My average cost basis is $27.11. I told you, as I made these investments every single day, it's not going to make much of a difference because I had 1,600 shares. So it's not going to make much of a difference. I needed to see the price increase, which I knew I was going to because the market was at a weird time at that moment. But my shares, I now have 1,722, almost 1,723 shares, which is still 26.6% of my portfolio. I bought SCHD every single day. It didn't change my cost basis much. We also saw spikes in the price and declines in the price and then spikes in the price. So during that time, I was investing every day, no matter what it actually was. It could be $27, it could be $28, it could be $25. I've invested every single day from that point. I'm going to continue to invest until we get to a level of 2,000 shares. That is my goal. Now, if we also go into my account, which I will show you guys, if we go into my history and we look at the dividend payouts, just to show you what I got paid in dividends here. My last dividend payment for Charles Schwab dividend or US dividend equity ETF is $441.67, which was also reinvested into SCHD. So that's great to see. And granted, it is quarterly. Some monthly positions are paying a little bit more than that, but it's still great to see the payout, to see what it's all about, to see what it's invested in, and how strong I am about this actual position. So again, if we go back to SCHD to give you a little bit more context, maybe you don't know about SCHD. SCHD, what it tracks, right? And index tracked is the S&P 500. You're looking at 19% that's invested into energy for the sectors, and this is as of July 4th, 2025. 18.7 in consumer defense, 15% into healthcare. This is a sector that I've been heavily in for pretty much my entire professional life. 10.8% in technology. You have 9% in the financial services, which again, another place that I am heavily invested in my professional career. But then if you look at the holdings themselves, just to give you a breakdown of that, some notable names, right? PepsiCo, Cisco Systems, Chevron. You probably heard of these. Verizon. You probably heard of these, even though my Verizon account is the service is just not looking great. So sorry, Verizon, if you ever see this video, which probably not. But if we look at the 30-day yield, we're looking at about 4%. And I'm grateful for what I can gain there. I want it to be 3%. And I know it's not a 30-day yield. It is a quarterly paying position. So it's not something that you really look at there. But if we look at the average annual return on this year, the last year is 6%. 3 years, 7%, 5 years, 12%, 10 years is 11. And then since, October 20th, 2011, we're looking at 12.3% year over year, which is great to see those type of returns. However, it is something that you have to see consistent. You have to invest consistently into this in order to see that level of growth, right? So it's not something that you just go, oh, let me invest into this and turn around in the next month and gain 12%. I mean, there's always a chance that you could see that, especially when you see a decline in the entire market. But that's not what you're looking for with these. You're looking for consistent growth, consistent payouts, and that's what you're going to get with SCHD. And I've been getting those consistent payouts. If I break down my dividend tracker, just to show you where things are here, and I know this may not be accurate to how much I do have in my account, but if we just look at the payout of SCHD, which I will highlight, if we look at the payouts for SCHD, it's been pretty great, right? SCHD is the first payout in March was $340, and this payout was $441. Last year in June, or last month, in June, I had my largest month ever. And yes, it is a quarterly month, but it's the largest month ever. $1,200 ish, right? I'm excited. I'm ecstatic about how much I've been able to gain. And majority of that came from SCHD. So again, these things can do wonders for you in the future because you will get paid for owning these positions. And they're consistent growers. It's not something that's let me put that in there and see it grow fast. No, it's a consistent grower, right? That's what we want. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about my SCHD position and my 2-month update. I'll continue to update you guys on how much I hold, how much I'm up or down, and give you guys a full breakdown. I got to see what the consistency is on uploading these videos. But we'll have to see because I am investing every single day, and it's always great to have that breakdown at least maybe once a month. And we'll see where we are. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.